Who is Jesus, really? A good place to begin answering this question might be with listening to what Jesus says about himself and how he describes his own mission. For much of his life, Jesus has probably attended the same synagogue. One Saturday, as his ministry is just taking off, Jesus decides to go to his hometown synagogue and describe to his friends and neighbors what God has called him to do. He explains his mission by reading a few lines from a centuries-old poem from a prophet named Isaiah. He has sent me to proclaim that captives will be released, that the blind will see, that the oppressed will be set free, and that the time of the Lord's favor has come. There are at least two obvious ways to hear this announcement. One way is to hear Jesus announcing a project of social reform, like something a politician might say today. Good news for the poor, lower electricity prices or more affordable housing, release for the captives, criminal justice reform, sight for the blind, better health care, freedom for the oppressed, bad laws repealed, and compromised leaders replaced. A lot of people in his own time heard Jesus this way. It's easy to see why Jesus was both popular and controversial. It sounds like he's announcing a platform that many normal people want. But other people will, of course, hear it and think it all sounds too destabilizing or disruptive. But another equally viable way you could hear these words is as poetic metaphors for deeper spiritual truths. Good news for the poor, hope and purpose and connection for people who are soul empty. Release for the captives, help breaking free of our addictions or biases, sight for the blind, the ability to see the truth about ourselves and the world, freedom for the oppressed, liberation from evil's hold over our thinking and being. People who call themselves followers of Jesus hotly dispute and often divide themselves over which of these meanings they think is primary. For myself, this debate has always struck me as strange. Kind of like the passionate, emotional debates we have online over cats versus dogs or vanilla versus chocolate. Whoever said we should only have one? Why wouldn't God care about all of it? In his ministry, Jesus will feed actual hungry people. He'll also help spiritually poor people find forgiveness and purpose. Jesus will heal physically blind people, and he'll also open the eyes of people who are blind to the truth about their own lives. Jesus' teachings will challenge the system of debts that got people thrown into literal prison. But he'll also liberate people who have been metaphorically trapped inside their own giant houses. This Jesus story isn't spiritual or physical. It isn't individual or social. It isn't heaven or earth. It's both.